Hey VC, how's it going? I got a couple collections to show you today. One is by an American female artist, and another is by a Canadian artist that I've been following since, oh wow, 1988 was his first album. And the girl from America, I've been following her since 1990. So this year marks 30 years. The artist's name is Mariah Carey, one of the most fantastic vocalists I've heard. I discovered her on a little old radio station and haven't looked back since. So I'm going to show you what I have of her CDs, and then I'm going to show you part two, which will be a Canadian artist I'm going to spotlight as well. I'm going to do a 2-for-1 spotlight today. So let's start with Mariah Carey. And this first one up is her first album, which was released on Columbia in 1990, called Mariah Carey. There we go. A really fantastic album, if you ask me. It's still enjoyable here 30 years later. That was followed up in 1991 by another album I really enjoyed called Emotions. There we go. All right. Well, in 1992, Mariah released her, I think her one and only live album, but it was part of the MTV Unplugged series. So this one is called MTV Unplugged EP. And this is still one that gets played a lot. And I think this is when they changed their labeling. Yes, it is. They were using red labels in 92. There we go. So another fantastic album. Didn't have to go too far after that to 1993 and one of her best albums called Music Box. Beautiful picture of Mariah. One of my favorites on here is Anytime You Need a Friend, which was a great single. There we go. And then I don't have it to show you, but in 1994 she released a Christmas CD, which is still very popular to this day. It had a 25th anniversary that came out. I also have that one. But the next album after that one was in 1995 called Daydream. And this one had the mega hit on it called One Sweet Day with Boys to Men. I almost said something else, but I corrected myself. Yeah, Boys to Men. There we go, and a fantastic picture on the back. Alright, moving on and upwards. So it was 2 years later when she released her next album called Butterfly, which in itself is a fantastic record, and Mariah herself has said this is her favorite album. And there we go. Alright, and then what was on next? 1999 was her next release called Rainbow, and I love the cover on this one and the back cover. Obvious, you'll see. And there we go. Alright, and then after she left Columbia, she signed a deal that kind of went sour with Virgin Records. And she ended up releasing only one, and it was a soundtrack to her movie, which was a bomb, but I liked it, and I own it on Blu-ray, called Glitter. And there's the soundtrack. There we go. And she signed a record deal with Island Records / Def Jam, and she released her first one, which is my favorite, one of my favorites, called Charm Bracelet. There we go. Alright, moving onwards and upwards. So that album was released in 2002. So it was about I think there was another Christmas album, and then this one was released in 2005, and it's considered her comeback record, I guess. The Emancipation of Mimi, 2005. Yeah, great album. I don't think we moved to... Oh yeah, 2007 was her next album, E equals MC square. This one had the smash hit Touch My Body on it. 2009 was her next album called Memoirs of an Imperfect Angel. I love the back cover. And it came with a bonus disc as well, which was pretty cool. I think... And then... No, sorry. I said the Christmas album was after Charm Bracelet. It was after Memoirs. And then this next one, I believe, was 2015 or somewhere around there, called Me, I Am Mariah. And her first album to have a parental sticker, too, which was interesting. That's her children's drawings on the back, which is pretty cool. And after Island Def Jam, she signed with, I guess her old label, Sony Music, she signed back with, but this time Epic Records. And in 2018, she released another great album, in my opinion, called Caution. And I also have, I don't have it here on me, but I also have Caution on pink cassette. So that concludes part 1 of the 2 collections. Now we're going to move into part 2. And this Canadian guy, his name is Colin James. He does a mix of rock, blues, just a little of everything, big band stuff. The first song I believe I heard in 1988 was 5 Long Years, which is a great Canadiana tune. Voodoo Thing, Chicks and Cars and the Third World War is another good song. Why'd You Lie? All those came off this first album called Colin James. Yeah, fantastic material there. And then 1990, he released his second album, Sudden Stop. Which has Just Came Back to Say Goodbye. Doon, doon, doon. Alright, moving onwards and upwards. This is the first of 4 albums he did with the Little Big Band. This was released in 1993, and it's simply called Colin James and the Little Big Band. And this has my favorite song on here called Surely I Love You, which is a great little cover. This was a Value Village find, so I was glad to get it. It's my second copy. Great condition. First copy, obviously, I played it lots. And after Virgin, he signed with a Warner Music Canada label called WEA. And in 1995, he released a super album called Bad Habits. This is a fantastic album. It's got some blues in it. It's really, really good. Colin's known for doing, like I say, rock and roll, Little Big Band, blues. He's very good at his craft at guitaring and stuff like that. So in 1995, Bad Habits. 1997, he released, which one is this called? Oh, yes. This one is called National Steel, which is really good. He's one of our finest exports, too, here in Canada. This also was on the WEA label. This next one was also on WEA. Yes, and this was the second of 4 he did. Colin James and the Little Big Band 2. And this one was just as great as the first one. And the next one, which you cannot, this is a rare one. This went back to his rock influences, kind of, I guess you could say, with a pop flair. But this one was released in 2000, I believe. This one's called Fuse. And this is just a great... I managed to get this copy about 4 years ago, so I know I've got one of the rare ones. It's a tough one to get for sure. This next one was the last one he released on WEA in 2005, I believe. Yeah. Traveler. Or sorry, not 2005, sorry, 2003. And this is a great one. There we go. Alright, this next one's a reissue on True North. This one is called Limelight. I'm not sure the year. I think it was 2005, I think, I want to say. But True North went in, remastered, re-released it, which is pretty cool. And here's 3 of 4. This was released originally on Maple Music, which is was an indie label, I believe. Colin, James, and Little Big Band 3. We won't show the 4th one because I don't have it available, but it's the Christmas album. Alright, this next one was also a True North re-release. Rooftops and Satellites. Which is a real good album. Alright, this next one was on EMI Canada. It's a compilation. Looks like 2011. Take It From the Top, the best of Colin James. Great picture. Alright. This next one was also released on EMI Canada, called 15. Where did my sunshine go? That's okay. There we go. Next one was released on Universal Music Canada in 2015, called... Yeah, just looking for the title here because it's kind of covered. Oh, here it is. Hearts on Fire. Good album. Very good album. This one's kind of a trifold. There we go. Alright, now he is on True North. He's done 2 albums. They're distributed by Universal, I believe. And this is part 1 of part 2, I guess you could say. This one's called Blues Highway. A very good album. There we go. Blues Highways. Oops, there we go. This is a blues album. It's, like I say, it's a very good album. And this is his most recent record. It's called Miles to Go. This one too is also a blues album, and it's very well done. Very cool picture. I like this one. Alright, so there you go, guys. 2 collections by 2 different artists. One Canadian, one American. Hope you enjoyed this video. Give it a thumbs up. I appreciate all my new subs that have subscribed. Hello to all my old buddies. Beetle Brad, Joe, Ed, Frank Landry over at Channel 33. Awesome channel, brother. Have yourselves a great day, and we'll see you again for another video real soon. Peace.